All right. All right. Hello, everybody. Soul Commodore back at you again. I have to get used to looking at my camera up here and not at my computer screen. So bear with me while I try to figure that out. Yeah, welcome in, everybody. We're back here. We're going to be taking apart some more artwork. Um, yeah, computer streams, yes. Yes. Finally got a new laptop because they couldn't repair my old one. Thankfully, they gave me short credit for it. So it didn't cost me an arm and a leg to get a new laptop. That's actually, it's a better laptop. It's got more space on it. It runs a little bit better. Uh, it's just overall a better experience. So, yeah, there we are. How's it going, Nat? How's it going, Redria? Um, and welcome in, everybody. I hope you all are having a good day. Um, yeah, today we're going to be taking apart some more canvas so that I can actually have the art uh, or the room on the walls to actually create some art. Um, Eating ice cream for dinner. So Stellar, hey, ice cream for dinner. You know, it's a beautiful thing sometimes. Well, actually, most of the time it is. Sometimes if it's like the third or fourth day that you've had ice cream for dinner, you might start questioning some choices. But in the meantime, it's pretty sweet. But yeah, hope y'all are doing well. I'm going to turn the camera in just a minute. Um, but I just want y'all to be forewarned. At some point, my wife may interrupt the stream and bring me some apple crisp that she's making. So, yeah. You had a pizza bagel sandwich. It wasn't good. Oh, no. Well, that's a shame. I'm sorry that it wasn't good. Um, why is my secondary screen not working? Come on. Yes, indeed. Yay, computer. Also, hold on. I need to fix something because apparently this hasn't been done yet. So bear with me. It's because I made it in the microwave because I'm too lazy to put it in the oven. I see. I see. I see. I mean, hey, we've all been there. We have all been there. Now, I just realized that for some reason I hadn't done this, and I need to. There we go. There, Nat. You should see something a little bit more special whenever you type now. Before we start, how is the sound? Like, how's my voice? How's the music in relation? Does the music need to be up higher? Let me know because I'm still trying to get all the levels right and everything with this new laptop. Um, like, I have no idea how I have no idea how the audio quality is on this new laptop's. Oh, I sound quiet. Okay, let me let me turn up the mic. How's that? Now I'm at 12.5 decibels, and I turned the music up as well. Let me know how that balances. Way better? Okay, good, good, good. Yeah, it's it's weird because I used to use an app called OBS Camera, and I'm still trying to, but for whatever reason, it will not connect to my phone when I try to stream. Because that one had like I could use the microwave. I almost said microwave. I could use the microphone on my phone, which is usually better than a microphone on a laptop. Um, Still can't hear the music much. Okay, well let me see if I can rectify that. How's that? Actually, I wonder because you say you can't really hear the music. I wonder if I turn the music down and turn on my desktop audio. How is that? Is that like too echoey? I hope it's not too echoey. Oh, now I can turn the volume down a bit. Okay. Let me turn my computer volume down. But you can actually hear. Okay, good. We're learning. We're getting there. What I really should do is before the weekend, I should do like a test stream where I record it and then get my levels right then. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. In the meantime, why is this not? Okay, hold on. My chair looks comfortable. Thank you. Yes, this is a very comfortable chair. This is the chair that when I'm working from home, this is the chair that I use. It's a very comfortable chair. I'm very happy with it. Okay. Okay, I'm going to turn this screen here so I can handle OBS stuff. Just finished some celebratory dominoes. Now using my bike. Oh, very nice. Very nice. What's the celebration? If you don't mind me asking. All right, let me turn this camera around so that we can actually get to what we're doing today. In this messy studio. Okay, there we go. And now I have to try not to trip over this wire. Here we go. Raise this up a bit. There we go. Okay. So, let me get out my tool here to take staples out. And shove these boxes out of the way. Oh. I'll be very happy when I can get this room organized in earnest. Okay. So this, grab this. Oh, so what I'm doing that is I'm taking out basically the majority of the canvases from my solo show. Because they're so large, they take up a lot of space. And because they take up a lot of space, if I have them, if I have them just leaning up against the wall here, it doesn't leave a whole lot of space to actually do any new work. So basically, I'm taking the canvas off the stretcher, the wooden stretcher, so that I can roll it up and store it away. And then when the time comes, I'm just gonna build new frames. Yeah, because these, like this is a 2 by 2 foot canvas, right? This is a 2 by 2 foot painting. This is a lot easier to store than an actual 2 foot by 2 foot canvas. So yeah, that's the plan. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just thinking about what I want to do for my setup here, because I think I'm going to have the chat on this screen over here. But I do have to change the display settings to do that. There we go. I want to extend the displays. There we go. Perfect. So we'll have OBS on this screen, and we will have my stream manager on this one. And yes, I want to keep this display. There we go. Oh, why didn't it take? Hold on. Sorry, everybody. Oh, I know why it didn't take. Yes, keep these changes. There we go. There we go. All right. So, on to what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be taking apart the 5.5 by 1 foot canvases. These bad boys. So this is the poem series. There were 4 of them, and basically all 4 titles for the 4 of them spelled out were the lines to a poem that I wrote about the show. So we had the desperate error to bury sorrow in a vacuum and leave it there. This is in a vacuum. So we are now going to take this apart. I don't think I started on this one yet, but all right, let's get to it. Now these are going to take a lot longer to take the staples out of than the 2x2s did, just because they're bigger, you know. But that's all right. We shall get to it. They probably have loads more too. Yeah. These ones do have a lot more staples in them. To be fair though, I think I sometimes overdo it with staples. I really don't need to put as many staples in these things as I do. But maybe that's just me. Especially in the corners. I really overstaple the corners. I really shouldn't. But what are you gonna do? Better safe than sorry. That's true. That's true. But how's everybody's week going so far? Hope it's been all right. My on Tuesday, I noticed that I had slept wrong and my back started hurting, my neck and my back. And then yesterday, I could barely move at all. Like it got better through the day, but I woke up and I was like, I need to take the day off of work because I can't even look behind me, really. But today, my neck and back are much better, hence why we were actually streaming. It's been okay. Your boyfriend came back from vacation with a cold, so I was taking care of him Monday and Tuesday. Well, that's very nice of you to take care of him, and also I'm glad that he made it back safe. You have a good vacation? Now, luckily, these short edges won't take very long to take the staples out of at all. Ooh, that one came out really easy. But yes, my wife will be interrupting the stream at some point to, like I said, bring me some freshly made apple crisp, which I'm very much looking forward to. He was in Argentina for 2 weeks. He told me about it as much as he could with a sore throat. Fair enough. But hopefully he feels better soon, if he's not already feeling better. And you'll be able to get some even more stories. Apple Crisp is right. Finally got a job offer today. Oh, nice. Is that what the celebratory Domino's is? After 6 months of searching, so I'm feeling pretty darn good. Very, very nice. That's awesome. Very happy for you. Let's get some hype in the chat for Redria. Yeah, I've been on the long end of a very long employment search, so I feel you. That's fantastic news. Oh yes, celebratory pizza is definitely in order. Um, if I mean, you don't have to say, or maybe you may not be allowed to say, but what is the job, if you don't mind me asking? I always like finding out what people do. I find it fascinating. I mean, I find people fascinating. Okay. So I gotta come over on this end. What's gonna be the best way to do this? This canvas is so awkwardly big. Trying to figure out the best way to put this, so that it stays on camera, but also isn't scratching up the walls or anything. Now, thankfully, the long end of these uh, paintings here, well, actually, I should say the short end, is only 1 foot, like when it's actually stretched. So it's probably closer to 1.5 feet. So these will actually roll up very, very small and be very easy to store. Also, this one I didn't staple the corners as egregiously as I usually do, so this one's actually been going pretty smooth. So in case anybody wasn't here, the last 2 streams where I was doing this, basically you take this tool, right? You slip this part here, underneath the staple, and then when you're underneath the staple, you kind of like wedge it in there until you start giving it some give, and that's what the leverage is with the handle, right? You just kind of pull it out, and then once you got a good grip on it, you close this, and that closes on the top of the staple, and then you get a good grip on it, and you can just yank it out. Like so. So you can see the staple right there. Yes, there are 4 that are this size. Yep. I know I'd already started taking the staples out of one of them, but I don't remember which one. But we're about halfway done this one so far. So, pretty good progress. Yep, there are 4 this size. There's 1 3x4 that's left. There's another 4x4 that's left, and then a bunch of 6x4s that we gotta go ham on. I already took apart the 4x1s, and I have to restretch them because we're actually going to put those in our kitchen. But I'll cross that bridge later on, once things get a little more settled here. Hey, nice, nice. Well, hey, feel free to pop in to let us know or show us what you're drawing if you feel so inclined. But yeah. Also, thank you for the lurk and draw. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Oh, I'm just gonna check something on my computer. Hold on. Pardon me. What's going on over here? Oh, okay. Okay. We got it. All right, there we go. I'm in an art secret Santa with my boyfriend and his friends, so I'm drawing a Red Dead Redemption movie poster. Ooh, nice. I actually haven't seen the movie. I haven't played the games. Well, no, that's a lie. I played about 10 minutes, 20 minutes of Red Dead Redemption because one of my buddies way back in the day had it, so we were just hanging out and playing that a little bit. Oh, wrong. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's an Indian movie that's 3 hours long. Oh, okay. Okay. Fair. I remember way back in university, I was in a class called World Cinema, and we actually talked a lot about the origins of Bollywood. And um, one of the first big successful Bollywood movies was Mother India. And we watched that, and I remember there was a musical segment in there that made me laugh because there was a character in there that was just funny. He was the comic relief in that scene in that musical number. Um, I wish I could find it again. It's probably on YouTube somewhere, but okay. I don't think we've actually had a single one of these staples fall on the floor yet, which is nice. But we're almost done here. Only a few more staples left. And then we can move on to the second painting. Which, out of the four, I'm going to guess that the next one is To Bury Sorrow. Because this one's in a vacuum, I'm going to guess that the next one is To Bury Sorrow. I know that some people are trepidatious about rolling up canvas because they feel like it'll stretch the paint, especially when they re-stretch it. I can't really speak to that because I haven't had that happen to me yet. I'm sure it's happened, and it's definitely a worthy worry for that reason. But I haven't had that happen to me yet, so fingers crossed it never happens to me. Okay, so that should be all of the staples, and then we just kind of work the canvas off. Just slides right off, basically, just like so. Oh, I did miss one. I missed a staple. There. Oh, I missed two of them. Goodness. Wasn't paying attention. There we go. And there's our painting. Longtime viewers might actually recognize this. We painted this on stream. So, and then when you're rolling the painting, always make sure that you're rolling the actual face of the painting in. You don't want to roll it out and have it on the outside because that will definitely get scuffed up and all that. You have to stand for this. And if you notice that it's wrinkling or whatever like that, it's not a huge deal, but you can also take a second to get the wrinkles out. Yeah, it slid right off eventually. It just took a minute. That's all. All right. Now what we do is we take some tape. Oh, I think that's my prism. Thank you. Whoa. Look at that. And feast on that in a second. Once I tape this up. This is just regular old painter's tape. You don't really need anything fancy, just something to keep it in place. I wouldn't recommend using duct tape, because duct tape might stick to your canvas a little bit too well, but do I find that taping is safer than a rubber band? If it's something like masking tape or painter's tape, that's fine, because like this is on the outside of the canvas, right? It's not on the actual face of it, right? It's on the back of it, so I'm not too worried. And also, like, there's not really any fraying on these edges, and even if there was, it's like the very edge of the painting, right? That'll be tucked in behind once you stretch it again, so it's not too big a deal. You could also use a rubber band if you want. I find them interchangeable, but like I was saying, I wouldn't use like duct tape or some like heavy duty tape. You know, just something that'll keep it in place. In a vacuum. Then I just write the name of it on it, just like so. And there we go. A 5.5 by 1 foot painting has now been reduced to this. And we have 3 to go, but I'm going to have to, in the words of Nintendo Capri Sun, I'll have to torture you all by eating a little bit of this. My wife's gonna have to make more of this. Goodness gracious. I did say Nintendo Capri Sun. Nintendo Capri Sun, well, to this day, is still my favorite Let's Player. But he was one of the first Let's Players I found when I started watching Let's Plays in university. And I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of things that I say, well, not a lot. Out of the percentage of the things that I say, a lot of them are my own. A lot of them come from my dad. A lot of them are just various references to all sorts of different things that I watch or see or listen to. But a lot of the references are from Nintendo Capri Sun. Because when I was in university, I watched that dude religiously. And he's also just, from what I gather, is a very nice person. Which helps, you know? Alright, sorry, y'all are gonna have to bear with this. One thing I say that my dad says is, good year, anytime a number of like 1930 to 2040 is. Yeah, like your total is 1967. Good year. I like that. Okay. On to number two. Now, what did I say this? I think this one's going to be to bury sorrow. I think this is going to be the second in the sequence. But we'll see if I'm right. Which one is it? Hey, it is to bury sorrow. I was right. He was born in 1959, but he'll say it even for like 1930. I mean, fair. Fair. One of my dad's big things is he'll say ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Which is just a fancy way of saying like no problem. Like it's not a big deal. You know? Mm. I apologize everybody, but this is good. One thing he used to always say, you heard it somewhere, but yeah, because I found out when I was older that he didn't actually come up with that. Because when I was a kid, I thought he'd come up with it. Um, Another thing that he didn't necessarily come up with, but I never got when I was a kid, none of us got it, is whenever my dad was talking to the phone, talking on the phone, or talking to my mom about somebody, or at the door with somebody, being curious kids, we would always come up and be like, "Well, who was that?" or "Who are you talking to?" And my dad would be like, "Oh, it's your Aunt Nunya." And for years, didn't understand what that meant. Of course, Nunya business. Nunya's last name is business. But I didn't get that. Exactly, Nat. Yeah. I don't get the chance to say that enough to people. For a while, I thought we actually had an Aunt Nunya. Sometimes taking staples out will take off some of the paint on the back, but it's okay because it's on the back. Um, which is another reason why I don't like stapling on the edges. You'll see some people who like to tack their canvases on the edge rather than on the back. Um, I mean, whatever floats their boat, right? Whatever floats their cookie is perfectly fine by me. But I don't particularly like doing that because it's a lot easier to accidentally, like if you're taking the staples out, to scrape across and then you can see that scrape on the edge. Because as much as I can, I like to finish the edges. And also, there's a greater chance that you might accidentally damage the face of the painting. Yeah, he never really explained it. We just kind of got old enough to understand it. Whatever floats your goat, that's a good one too. When I was in grade six, I would do like lunchroom monitoring because our school wasn't big, so we would just eat lunch in like our homerooms. There wasn't a cafeteria, um, but I would go to the and monitor the room with two other people for the oh, for goodness sakes. Sorry, Nat. Hold on. I don't know how that happened. My apologies. It was some combination of letters that Mubot doesn't like. My bad. I've noticed that it happens if, like, say a word ends with an R, and the next one is like starts with APE, and then you like if you said like vapor apex or something like that, it would like it would time people out for that because you know you take out the space there and they're spelling out, you know. Um, there's probably something dumb like that, which I haven't figured out how to stop that from happening. But unless there's like a better bot out there, I've just kind of stuck with MooBot out of convenience, just because I've had it from the start. But if anybody knows a better bot, please let me know. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was the lunchroom monitor with two other guys, these two brothers, and both brothers are pretty cool people. One of them's like way into like music, you know, and very talented DJ and all that. Very knowledgeable about music. He and his partner. I don't know if his partner is that into music as well, but I would imagine so. That they're both into it. But anyway, lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so we were monitors for this class, and it was a class for disabled kids, and they were great kids. They actually didn't cause many troubles at all. They were all pretty funny. And this, but the one guy that I monitored with, the older brother, I was writing a script with a buddy of mine for a school play in like grade 6, and I said the phrase "holy cookie," and this kid, this dude, he thought that was the funniest thing in the world. Holy cookie. Uh, and because he laughed so hard, he wasn't even in my classroom. But because of that, I added like 10 more holy cookies to the script. That's right, Redria. Automod is picking the fights. Yeah, holy cookie was pretty funny. And that's where I started saying like whatever floats your cookie instead of whatever floats your boat. That was a long way around the point of that story. That took a long time to get there. But we had fun along the way. Okay, down this lower corner. How is it already 6:45? My goodness. Time flies when you're dismantling canvases. Ooh, this staple was already working its way underneath the canvas. So I just realized that you can't really see what I'm doing. The problem is taking these staples out isn't always the easiest to do it like with the thing standing up, but I'll try that for a little. Just so you get more of a visual. Also, as much as you can, you want to try and not have your limbs in the way. Much like cutting with a knife, you know. Because while this thing probably won't break the skin if you slip and it hits you, because I've done that a couple of times on stream already, it's not going to feel very good, you know. I feel like I make the same faces when I'm doing this as I do when I'm painting. Like just the crazy stuff you do with your face when you don't realize that when you're, I mean, you can't look at your own face unless you got a mirror. But like looking back on streams, I'm doing some crazy stuff with my face while I'm painting. Okay. Now I can tip it up this way. I will say it feels good to be back streaming. It had been a hot minute. But yeah, it feels good being back. Thank you, Nat. I appreciate it. All right. I promise eventually we'll be doing more fun stuff because I'm not planning on only taking these apart while I'm on stream. I will be doing this off stream as well. Otherwise, we're gonna be here forever because I can only get so much done in a couple hours. But I do want to get back to actually like creating some new stuff because I've actually been commissioned by my wife. In our living room, she, like right above the TV, she wants my painting Queen and Park there. But she also thought it'd be a good idea to have another painting beside it that's the same size. And I don't know how this ended up happening, but in all the years since 2014, since I started doing painting professionally, in all of that time, I have only done two paintings that are 24 by 36. Queen and Park is 24 by 36, and then I did another one that's 24 by 36 that got auctioned off at a charity event for the Station Gallery. But those are the only two. I don't have another single painting in my entire collection that is 24 by 36. So the first thing we're going to do when we get back is actually paint something that's 24 by 36 so we can put it up on our wall. Once this wall is clear, which will be sooner rather than later, but still going to take some time. Right? Isn't that weird? Because 24 by 36 is a pretty, like, it's a big painting, but it's also a pretty standard size, like 2 feet by 3 feet. It's not something crazy like 29 by 40 or something like that. You know? But I've only done two of them. It's weird. Actually, you know what? It's probably, now that I think about it, Queen and Park I did before I started building my own canvases. And 24 by 36 canvases aren't the cheapest to buy. It's a lot cheaper to make them, like getting the wood and getting the roll of canvas and making them yourself, much cheaper than buying a 24 by 36 canvas. So that's probably why, because buying them was expensive. So I kind of went all out getting the one, because I had some money come in. And then by the time I did the second one, I was building my own canvases, but I was probably more interested in doing some non-conventional sizing, you know, some sizing that isn't just 24 by 36. So that's probably why. But it's still interesting. All All right. Just got this last corner, and then just got a couple of more to take on this long edge down here, and we'll be done number 2. So doing the 2 of these, well, I mean, I did ramble on a little bit at the beginning, and also thank you again for helping out with the audio and everything that. But we were messing with the audio levels and all that. But getting 2 of these done in, what, like an hour or so? It's not too bad. Okay. $45 to an hour, yeah. Is this tool specifically made for? Yes. So specifically, this is for removing like staples that you shoot out of a staple gun. You can use them for smaller staples, but specifically they're for like staples that are like digging into like wood or like some more heavy-duty material. I like this tool a lot. It's not as fun as like alligator clips, like Elle was saying in the last stream, because you know you don't get that alligator chomping thing. But it's still very handy. But yeah, I just got this off of I think I just got it off of Amazon, which I probably should have just gone to a craft store or hardware store and bought it instead of on Amazon, but what can I say? We can try our best to be ethical, but sometimes we fail. Decided to click my tongs before using them as strong. I mean, you have to. You have to. There's just stuff in life where you have to do that. You have to do that with tongs. You have to when you've got a drill, you've got to go, you know, just to make sure that it works, you know. With scissors, you got to like with scissors, before you cut with scissors, you got to go, you know. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Frederick. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of this on stream either, but it's part of the. If there's anything that I want to do with my art streams, it's I want to show the entirety of the process, like because I've done streams where we've built these, stretched these, obviously painted on them. Done streams where I go behind the scenes in terms of like putting stuff on a website. Applying, like getting stuff ready to apply for grants and proposals and all that. So, you know, now we're taking canvas apart. Reminds me of a video I saw, video of an art class removing the faces off of a human sculpture bust. So, to save part of them. Ah, nice. And reclaim some more. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I want to show. Over the course of my time streaming here, I want to show all the different parts of the creation and the whole process of creating art, at least as far as I know, like my experience of it, and pass on any sort of like things that I've learned to do, you know. Yes, the drill. You gotta, I mean, with all that stuff, like, you gotta make sure the tongs work, you know? You don't want to be, like, trying to flip some chicken and then all of a sudden the tongs fall apart, you know? Okay, let's see if this one just slips off. Oh, no. I forgot one over here. To be fair, this one is pretty well hidden. So I'm gonna say that it's not my fault that I missed this one. I'm sure I'll do a stream where I paint over an old painting that I don't particularly like anymore, and you can see that part of it. I used to do that a lot when I was younger and had less money to do art, because I didn't have money to go out and like get new canvases, and I certainly didn't have the upfront money at the time to, like thankfully I do now, to like buy canvas rolls and just buy some wood. So I would just paint over old paintings that I didn't like anymore. Obviously, they're still archived, like there's still pictures of them. Oh, there's one right on the edge there that I missed. Yeah, they're still archived, so I still have pictures of them. But yeah, there's just some art projects, some pieces that you just don't really care for. So another one. Why am I so bad at this? Also, I've never done this before, but I've seen art conservatives do it. Conservators do it. But eventually, like just the backing of these, like with all the staples and all that, if you staple in the same places, right? Like it can obviously, like it won't be as tight, and you might lose some integrity with the canvas. But there's actually a way to kind of bind new canvas on old canvas. It involves some sewing, I'm pretty sure, which I don't know how to sew, but oops. Here we go. There's this one. To Bury Sorrow. Very, I'm not gonna lie, it's very, these pieces are very Francis Bacon inspired with his style of work. All right, let's stand up and we'll get to rolling. There's one guy on YouTube who does restoration who's super cool. Oh, is that the Baumgartner restoration guy? I will say one of my favorite things about you showing every step of the process is that even if I can't catch all your streams, I manage to see all your work. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. That's my hope too. Like, you know, I should really be better about like filling out the playlist of my art stuff on Twitch and on YouTube, actually. I need to get better at all of that, but baby steps. Yeah, Baumgartner restoration, yeah. That guy, all these art restoration people are genius. Like I've seen like art conservators at like there's videos from like MoMA and the Tate Museum in Britain. Those people are geniuses in terms of like how they can restore art and how they preserve it. Like it's so good. All right, so this one was to Bury Sorrow. There we go. That's number 2. Okay, which one is this going to be? I bet this one is And Leave It There. I bet this is the final one in the series. That's going to be my guess. Okay, we'll get this plastic out of the way. so glad the station gallery gave me all this plastic, like they packed all this stuff up in this plastic. Because I didn't have anything like this when I was transporting it to the gallery. Now I've got a whole bunch of plastic to transport stuff. It's very nice. Yeah. They packed all this stuff up in plastic and then put it in a U-Haul. Which was very nice of them, because they didn't have to do that. I'm gonna put this one. I'll put it right there. All right, let's see. Is this one and leave it there? No, this is the first one. The Desperate Error. Okay. That's all right. I was wrong on this one. But this is the first piece in the poem series. Now see, I'm gonna have to ask Elle about the I'm gonna have to ask Elle about that add-on that he uses to make sure that YouTube still plays, rather than stopping and being like, "Hey, you still here?" It's like, "Yes, I'm still here." Even if I wasn't, what do you care? We're just playing lo-fi beats. Okay. I was saying on the last stream too, instead of starting at the corners to undo all these staples, I like starting in the middle. I don't particularly know why. It's probably just because I put a lot more staples in the corners and it's more of a pain to get those out. So I start in the middle where it's easier, but I don't know. Because when you're taking a painting off a canvas, you don't have to worry about the tension so much, right? You don't really have to worry about the tension. So because you might make the argument, well, you got to make sure that the tension is even throughout, but that's more so when you're actually putting the canvas on the stretcher. You got to make sure the tension is even. Oh, you're doing some wood glue crafts. Nice. What are you crafting? Some video game stuff, some original work, some stuff based on some novels, like, or based on some music. I think this is only the second or third staple that's fallen on the floor today, so we're getting better. Also, like I said to Nat with the drawings, feel free to snap some photos and share them in chat if you feel so inclined. Man, these ones are really tight to the canvas, which is really good for keeping the thing on the canvas, but also kind of a pain to actually get the staples out. But I knew one of these was going to fight back a little. Doing wooden cube Minecraft flowers. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Gonna paint them next week. But pre-gluing them. That's I think that's smart. That's a good idea. The one thing that sucks about this tool is, like, it's ergonomic. It really is ergonomic. You got nice padding here, like it's not difficult but when you're putting like the leverage in it to actually get the staple loose, like your index finger is behind this, so that presses a little, and then your thumb is on here when you're actually pulling it out, so it does get a little rough on the hands after a while. But that's all right. I mean, that's going to happen with any tool, unless it's like mechanical, right? And by mechanical, I mean like electric. because this is technically a mechanical tool. Do y'all remember learning about simple machines? My wife and I were talking about that the other day. I feel like I don't know if any other kid was like this, or if any of you can relate, but I had a favorite simple machine. My favorite simple machine is the lever. That was always my favorite simple machine. My least favorite simple machine was the wedge. I always found the wedge so boring. I mean, pulleys were cool. Obviously, wheels are cool. But the wedge was just boring to me. But levers where it's at. I mean, levers are so cool. They got their own. It became a root word for like leverage. You know. I remember we did a class, like the class that we were learning about simple machines in like grade four. We had to actually do a drawing of an invention that used all four or five simple machines that we had that we were talking about, because there was like, yeah, levers and pulleys and wheels and wedges. I think there was a mortar and pestle. That's another one, I think. Anyway, yeah, Tears of the Kingdom vehicle building. Yeah. I mean, you're not too far off. That's what this class was, or that section of the class was. It was a science class. Yo, I watch some of these videos of some of the things that these people come up with for that game, and I feel like such an idiot. It's like I don't build anything this elaborate. The most elaborate thing I built was like just a regular old cart with like four wheels and a steer stick and all that, but I put like a whole bunch of like fire breathing stuff and lasers and cannonball firing stuff on the sides of them, and tried to go to town on like those giant there were some moblins there, but it was like the giant bokoblin and all that, the boss bokoblin. um, yeah, but then the thing ran out in like 10 seconds because I didn't have enough battery. It was cool while it lasted though. There's one that I want to learn how to build because um, I'm always disastrously low on like Aracuda eyes and Keys eyes, where this guy like built like an electric cage that he would put in front of caves, so that when the keys fly out of it, they all get electrocuted, and then he can just hit it again, turn it off, and collect all the eyes. I really want to build that, but I don't have the skills. I did finish my house though. I did build a nice house for myself. Yeah, isn't that neat? These are the same guys that like build like these cages to like actually put the boss bokoblins and all the minor bokoblins in, and then they get trapped, and then just turn it on, and they just get eviscerated. And then this one guy made like a giant water wheel out of boats and like a propeller thing. Now, what you heard there was the actual um, frame cracking, but that's okay because I'm not reusing this frame, so it's all right. Also, I apologize. I keep looking at my laptop rather than looking at the camera, so it looks like I'm talking to all y'all's shoes when I do this, but I should be looking up here at your eyes. Well, I must say that my back is feeling much better. Do I take apart the frames and reuse the wood? Usually I would, but this one I'm not going to be able to. Just because of the way that I constructed the corners, it's going to be way too hard to like take these apart. So the wood will get recycled, just not for these purposes. But also, like, I'm not planning on. I mean, I haven't heard anything back from any other galleries to like show this show again. At least not yet. Part of that got interrupted because of the wedding and then moving and all that, and also my computer dying. So I'm not planning on showing this show anytime soon, so I don't have to do that. And also part of that too is like I would have nowhere to store the wood, which is a big reason why I'm taking them off the stretchers anyway, because I have nowhere to store this wood. So it would just end up sitting outside where it would rot anyway. So it's going to be recycled for some other project for somebody else, but for my purposes, these stretchers are being let go of. And it's, again, mainly just because it's a giant storage issue. I've just got nowhere to put all this wood. I also don't have we don't have the wall space for me to just hang all of these up. Also, a few of the pieces probably shouldn't be hung up in a in polite company because they're a little freaky looking. Not sure all of the guests that we might have would appreciate it. That is one way in which drawings are a little bit easier to store because they're flat, or if you need to, you can roll them. Time to make an art gallery of my permanent home. Yo, where we used to live, there was one house where I swear, like, it was just a residential house, but it looked like it could have been an art gallery. Actually, there were a couple of houses like that. And I was like, why would you want to live somewhere that looks so sterile? Because, like, we would get a look inside, as like, not, obviously, like, not walking inside, but, like, the windows are big enough where you can see inside. And even on the inside, very empty looking. Like, didn't look very lived in at all. Like, none of them. You know? I mean, maybe part of that was jealousy because, well, no, it wasn't jealousy because we don't want to live in a place that big. It's too much to clean. And I'm not one of those people who can hire, like, a cleaning service and then not just clean myself out of embarrassment before they get there, rendering the cleaning service moot. Yeah, in some of these places, like, obviously a lot of them are like new construction, but yeah, like you said, too much to clean, too much furniture to put in, and too many rooms, which means too many ghosts. One of them rooms is haunted, and I don't need that. No, sir. I don't need that at all. One ghost is too many ghosts. The haunted one always ends up as the one you put your bed in. Exactly. They know. If I ever came back and haunted people, I don't think I'd be a scary ghost. I wouldn't even be like a satirical, scary boo ghost or anything like that. I would come back and just mildly annoy people. Like, I would always undo their, like, after they got done doing up their shoelaces, just before they stepped out of the door, I would undo them, if they're putting a bag of chips back in the drawer, you know, um, if they're putting a bag of chips back on in the cupboard, I would knock it back out, just as they're about to close the door. Nothing malicious, but a little mischievous or mischievous. Mischievous. I'm not British. A little bit mischievous, causing some mischief. Yeah, untie the shoes. Yeah. Great minds think alike, but fools seldom differ. Food for thought. But no, great minds think alike. There was an old Rinkworks site. Is that the rest of the saying? No. So there's an old site on like the old Rinkworks server that was called Fun with Words, and they actually had like all this word stuff, and I really loved it. Like they had the like just fun word facts. Like this is the longest word that you can spell out on one row of a keyboard. They had the longest word um, with the longest word with three what was it? Oh, with three sets of like letter pairs back to back to back was bookkeeping or bookkeepers or something. But I think it's bookkeeping because it's BOOKKEE. You know, so all full of fun stuff like that. And they had a page about conflicting proverbs, where as the human race in the English language, we have a lot of different proverbs and sayings and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes they conflict with one another. Sometimes they contradict one another. And that was one of them. Great minds think alike, but fools seldom differ. Numeno ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconosis. I don't know. Longest word that is also a disease. Oh, nice. Numeno ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. Interesting. I didn't know that. That reminds me of one of my favorite songs is a song by Parliament, who were famed for getting high and then just recording a bunch of songs in the studio. Just these long funk jams. They have a song called Aqua Boogie, and then in parentheses, Psycho Alpha Disco Beta Bio Aqua Doodle. Every now and then you randomly remember it. Yeah, but I did like that page of conflicting proverbs. Like, many hands make light work, but too many cooks spoil the broth. Oh, Nat, Psycho Alpha Disco Beta Bio Aqua Doodle. They also had another song that was a super groovalistic prognostication. Speaking of fun words, Parliament had an album called Trombipulation, which, if I remember correctly, is the process in which you grow a trunk, like an elephant. Floxinasin nihil Floxinoxin, floxinoxin, floxinox, uh, floxinosinihilipilification, the action or habit of estimating something as worthless. That word is worthless. Oh yeah, that fear of long words is a long word. Yep. Um, the desperate error. Okay, one left. I am going to take a drink of water though. Hippopotamonstrous esquipedal. Yeah, I did. Yeah, hippopotamonstrous sesquipedaliophobia. All right, last one. Then I think once we do this one, we're gonna call it a stream. I think once we get this one done. So this is and leave it there. The fourth and final of the poem series. There we go. So much plastic. All right. Oh, that's upside down. There we go. And leave it there. Oops. Let's try not to hit my laptop with a painting, shall we? Come on. These ones are really tight too. Yeah, that whole thing was such a saga with my old laptop, and then getting this one. What a trip! But it's all right because I ended up with a better laptop in the end. I just realized I gotta go in the office tomorrow and I forgot to reserve myself a seat. Oh well. I'm sure there'll be one somewhere. Can't imagine the office is all that busy on a Friday. You have to reserve seats? Yes, so I work for a government entity, and that sounded so foreboding. I just do like admin work for one of the divisions of Service Canada. There we go. And So I the office that we go to, obviously people before COVID would go in like every single day, right? Obviously 5 days a week, you go in. Um, I like the way you spelled interesting there, because it really, the way we say it does sound like inch resting. I like that. Um, so I the office that we work in, people would obviously before COVID, like I said, would go in 5 days a week. Um, but post COVID, not only had they hired more people in a lot of these buildings than those buildings could actually hold, um, but they're doing sort of like a hybrid model where we work from home and also like 2 days in the office. So for those 2 days, you reserve your seat just to make sure that you've got a spot to sit. Even though it very rarely ever fills up in our division, like there's always seats available. But it's basically just to make sure that you actually have somewhere to sit. Because you have to like connect your computer to the docking station that's in every desk. Um, so, it's hard to do that if you don't actually have a desk to sit at. Oh, you got that from someone? Nice, nice. Well, whoever it is that gave it to you, I approve of it. That's fun. I might borrow it actually. Ooh, interesting. Ah, yeah. So that's why. So I'm not really worried about finding a place to actually sit tomorrow. It's just annoying because I could have reserved it while I was at work. I didn't. You should. It throws people off when you spell it out the first time. Yeah, yeah. Because it also looks like some kind of crazy autocorrect. Where it's like, where were you typing out the actual phrase interesting, where it would autocorrect that? Like honestly, some of the things that my phone autocorrects to, like I don't know where in the world I would have like spelled some of these words that way, unless I was like texting while under the influence of something or texting while I was falling asleep, you know? Because like in no way would I ever actually like spell this word this way, but it tries to autocorrect to it. All right, we're getting close. We're almost halfway done this one. Man, I put a lot of staples in this corner down here. There we go. That's better. I don't know about you all, but today was the first day that I broke out my winter boots. It's starting to get too cold for my running shoes. So I had to dig the boots out of my trunk in my car. Like during the day, it's fine, but first thing in the morning or at night, it's a little chilly on the toes. Especially because my running shoes are falling apart and I've got like holes in both toes. Is it snowing yet? Not in our area. The other day while I was doing my brakes and my putting my winter tires on, we did get like a few flurries, but it was mostly like the winter equivalent of like when clouds are just spitting at you, like it's just like very light rain. This was like even lighter than that in terms of flurries. So it hasn't like snowed proper. There are parts of Ontario, um, actually south of us in the snow belt, that have already had some snow. It didn't stick around, but like London, Ontario had some good snow a couple of weekends back. But we haven't had any like snow yet. But I'm sure it's coming. But this year I'm prepared. Like the past couple of years, the snow has come like a day or two before I planned on putting my winter tires on. This year I actually got ahead of it. Oh yeah, winter tires. Yep. Putting winter tires on sure beats having like chains on your tires though, like they had to do in the old days. Where like cities had like chain laws, where if a certain amount of snow fell, you would have to have chains on your tires. Which I can't imagine that was an easy process to put chains on your tires. So I'm glad I don't have to do that. Ah, come on. I can't wait for the first snow though. First snowfall in our new house. Break out the shovel. All right. I don't know where that one went. It's gone forever. Well, at least until I get a broom and sweep it up. Come on. Get under there. There we go. Yeah, the staples on this one have been a lot tougher to crack than the previous ones. I don't particularly know why. But I suppose it's not important. Okay, how many left? 7 staples left. Five, 6, come on. Okay, I guess it fell out of there. So, oh, I lied. There's 8 left. There's one more after this one. It was right on the border between the paint and the canvas, so it was kind of hiding. And 8. All right, let's see if there were any that I missed. If that side's clear. Ah, I did miss one. Yeah. Only one though. It's not bad. That one went flying that way somewhere. I heard it go. Okay. So just as always, start at the top and just roll it on down. And don't double up on yourself. There you go. All right. We have our tape. And leave it there. All right, there we go. So that's all 4 of the big long boys done. Now we do have some time left, so maybe I'll start another one. Yeah, maybe I'll start another one, and then, like, we probably won't get it done, but at least it's started, right? Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Just give my hand a second. No. Which one are we doing? Well, the next in line is the 3x4 one, so. Yeah, this bad boy. This is the middle panel for my painting. It's a 3-panel painting. called collapsing. So this is the center panel. The other two panels are 6x4. This one's 3x4. So we'll just wait here for a second. While we get this plastic together. Yeah, we'll go another 15 minutes or so, and then we'll see how far we get. There we go. All right. So it's going to be the easiest way to do this. Probably. Sitting here like this. Oh, these came out so much easier so far. Look at the one that I've done. Yeah, that second one didn't come out as easy. So I might have spoke too soon. Also, why did I staple these on sideways? They're like vertical instead of horizontal. Why did I do that? That wasn't my brightest decision. Staples hide. Yeah, there's one hiding here. And one hiding down here. Come on. There you go. There's none hiding underneath, which is nice. All right. Ah. So you can see here, though, when my thing slipped, it left a nice, nice scuff mark. Maybe you can't really see it all that much, but yeah, when these things slip, they can actually leave scuff marks and all that. So that's why I try to keep it away from the face of the painting as much as possible. Well, you know what? I just realized that this video is on top of the chat box and alerts. My goodness, what am I doing? Now when people chat, it'll actually show up on the screen. What am I, like a novice? Like, what am I doing here? Actually, we're going to do this one a little unconventionally so that I don't have to like bend all the way down. Now I'm going to come over this edge and take all this out. Oops. I was wondering why the chat wasn't showing up on the screen, but I didn't think to actually do anything about it until just now. Silly me. Come on. Forgive the shaking. I just hit the little table that my computer's on and the camera's on. Ah. Because sometimes these things take a little bit of force. And that force gets away from you. Yo, L, welcome in. How are you? How are you? You catching us in the, not quite the final moments, but we're getting toward the last little bit of the stream. How you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Okay, let's start with these. We're just doing some more deconstruction. This is the 5th painting that we're actually dismantling today. We did all the super long ones. Oh, you didn't know I was going to stream tonight? Oh, that's okay. That's good. I forgot to put out my schedule on the social medias, so no worries. You doing all right? There. Were you streaming today? I was in the office today, so I couldn't have Twitch open to see who was streaming. And if you were, how'd your stream go? I will say this, much like, it's not nearly as much as actually stapling a canvas to a stretcher in terms of a workout, but taking canvas off a stretcher is also a workout, but not as much of a workout. So you burn more calories putting canvas on a stretcher than you do taking one off. That's just scientific fact. Yeah, it was a quiet day. I just worked on my character turnaround, beefing up that portfolio. Ooh, very nice, very nice. Well, I will have to catch the VOD. But yeah, beefing up the portfolio, that's good stuff. And thank you for the kind words again on Blue Sky. It was very, very nice of you. Alright, only a few staples left on. I lied. I didn't think we were going to get this one completely done, but that didn't take as long as I thought. Make sure there's nothing hidden under there. Okay, so we've got 8 staples left in this one. Huh. I went more conservative on stapling this one, I guess. Maybe I was running out of staples. No problem. There's some artists that follow me there that aren't on any other of your social media, so I knew I wasn't just preaching to the choir. Ah, well, thank you. Ah. Ooh, that was close. I almost got my thumb on that one. Almost, but not quite. I almost got my knuckle on that one. Almost, but not quite. There we go. Okay, let's see if I forgot any staples. So far, so good. I missed one. Stop trying to do myself a harm. But I'm wild and reckless. I used to be young, wild, and reckless, but not anymore. Okay. There we go. Now, this is going to be a little bit more difficult to roll up, but we'll work with it. You get to see the middle panel collapsing upside down there. Did you all know that there is a Twitch stream right now that is just airing episodes of Alf? Like, it's just an Alf stream. It's weird. I remember when I was a kid, I was puzzled but intrigued by that show. And then I watched a little bit of that stream yesterday, and Alf is not nearly as good as I remember it being. Now, if you all have... Actually, you know what? Hold on. I just remembered something. Oh. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to it. But maybe. I was going to say, because there's one thing that can make rolling canvases a lot easier. And that's if... I can get it. Nice. If you have a dowel or something to actually get the roll started. Or like a broomstick or something. Apparently it sucked being an actor on it. Said, oh yeah, I heard, because like for the puppet and everything, like there were holes in the floor, and like wasn't the actor who played Alf and the puppeteer like very moody and all that kind of stuff too? The Alf puppeteer creator person was it? Yeah. And didn't care that the actors had to walk around very carefully between the holes in the yeah. I can't imagine that'd be very fun. So, you want to get this started, but you also don't want the dowel to be so far in that you can't actually pull it out. There. Makes things so much easier. So yeah, if you got a wooden dowel or a broomstick or just something long and cylindrical and thin, relatively thin, you can use that to start rolling the painting. Or the drawing if you're having to be rolling up a drawing. There we go. Alright, now, this one is going to take a couple of pieces of tape, just because of the length. But yeah, I was watching like clips of the on the stream of the Christmas special, and man, oh man, like I don't mind a certain amount of sappiness, but man, the sap was out of control. out of control. You could fill a stadium full of maple syrup with the amount of sap that was coming off of that episode. Here we go, the 3x4. And we will just write the name of it. Collapsing panel 2. There we go. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen and otherwise, it's about that time of night where we say goodbye. But yeah, because I gotta give my hand a break from all that all the staple pulling. But thank you again, y'all, for coming in today and hanging out. Oh, no need to apologize, Elle. You were here. I mean, hey, better late than never. Better late than pregnant. It's from the Golden Girls. Anyway, but yeah, no need to apologize. Thank you for coming in. Whether you were here before the stream started or right toward the end, I appreciate all y'all being here. We are actually going to go raid a fellow artist, Andromeda Creates, who they are really cool because they do paintings on a lot of media that isn't very conventional. And no problem, Nat. Thank you for coming in. Let's see. Raid. Andromeda Creates. Hopefully I spelled that right. Yeah, but they're doing some art right now. So they're doing a sand dune landscape on copper right now. So that sounds ballin'. Yeah, and it's oil paint apparently. But yeah, we're gonna go say hi to Andromeda. And yeah. Oh, that looks really cool so far. So yeah, thank you again, everybody, for coming in. We are going to be streaming on Sunday, probably from like 10 to 1. I'm not quite sure what we're going to be doing yet. Maybe we'll do some more of this. Maybe we'll play a video game. I don't know, because we're not quite back to our regular schedule. Next week, we're going to get back to our regular schedule with Paper Mario and art, like actual art, and then Celeste on the weekends. But that'll be next week. This week, free for all. So we'll hopefully see you all on Sunday. And if not, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And yeah, take it easy, everybody. Well, let me restart this music and then we'll take it easy. Okay, there we go. All right. Now we're good. All right. Take it easy, everybody.